I grew up in Mexico City, one of the largest and most populated cities in the world, and you just need to open the window of your house to realize that the demand of housing is there, in particular for lower income groups. I mean, at the end, everything starts at home. Home is important for health, not only for physical, but also for social health. I saw the role of IFC as a catalytic investor that could help the development of affordable housing in a sustainable way. I wanted IFC to invest in the affordable housing industry with a vision of increasing the industry capacity and bring housing solutions to lower income families. I share my ideas with my colleagues across the corporation, up and down, and there was a lot of resistance to explore the possibility of supporting the industry because of the speculative angle that could be considered in the affordable residential business. I look for people that was willing to share my vision. The first step was to find alliances internally in IFC, and we end up getting our first ally in an unexpected department, in the credit department. From his days in the field office, the credit officer had a very good understanding of the sector dynamics and gave us a strong endorsement that helped us to gain the credibility to develop this initiative internally. It took me almost a year of discussions back and forth. As a team now, we began discussing a potential structure in Mexico, trying to articulate and illustrate that through the support of IFC's financing, we will be helping a company to reach the economies of scale that are needed to develop affordable housing units in line with IFC social and environmental standards in order to build communities that are sustainable in the long term. Using this structure, we were able to articulate for senior management to understand that this was more a manufacturing business than a real estate business itself. There were discussions and more discussions about this initiative, but because of the strong support we got from the credit department, we got BEP approval to have IFC as a bridge between institutional investors and the home building industry. There are also external challenges. In general, the home builders are not very sophisticated, and even dealing with the documentation in English was an issue, let alone environmental, social, corporate governance, and financial matters. Another challenge was coming to the investment from different perspectives. Cost control is key for the home builders in order to make the houses affordable. And to tell them that IFC brings an additional value added that is difficult to quantify requires a high level of trust. It was after the development of a solid business relationship with Vinte, our first home building transaction, that we were able to start the development of this program. Working on the affordable housing space in Mexico was a learning experience for me and for the entire team. Because of all the time that we devoted to this initiative, my deal sheet at that time didn't show a lot of closings, so my SRI was low for several years. But then the vision that I had at the beginning of this journey started to show some signs. The houses built under this program in Mexico started getting families moving into their new houses. Suddenly, their quality of life was improving, and they were moving out of crime-ridden areas, building on the foundations of what we had begun. The model we started developing in Mexico has been expanded to India, Brazil, South Africa, and currently in Georgia. The good work we have been developing in this industry has attracted attention of other DFIs, which have been approaching me to learn from our experience and in some cases replicate our financing products. An IFC director called me internal entrepreneur. Considering all the obstacles of this initiative at the beginning, it was easier for me to give up on this initiative. But look at the results. First-time home buyers getting access to affordable housing, clean water, electricity, and even cars. What we started as an initiative for a handful group of families is now becoming a global emerging middle class. And my SRI has been improving.